Okay, my friends, please step all the way in so we don't be spread out too far. Watch your step where you're going. And that group coming at you are some tweeters out here, or the tweet up for that launch tomorrow. So that's not another tour going on from you guys. And then if you would please step all the way down, please, por favor. Is that it, Bill? Any questions while we're waiting about anything? I'm just going to give you some cursory information. You won't be tested. Okay, you're standing in the world's tallest single-story building, single story. So if you want to put your neck way up there, there's the ceiling 52 stories above you. The floor you're standing on is 8 feet thick of concrete. Underneath that is over 4,000 pilings that reaches 160 feet down in the bedrock. So this building doesn't blow away during the hurricanes. It took them less than 2 years to build it. They were in a race to beat the Russians to the moon. Money was no object. If you look way, way, way up there, remember I said the doors? 2 on the opposite, 1 side, 2 on the opposite side. Okay? So if you look way, way up there, kind of like on the right-hand side up there, way up there, you see a yellow look like an H device. That's a crane. Way up there. And so that one crane would be able to service what we call the high bays or assembly areas, left or right. Then further down, there's another set of high bays where another big crane, left or right. Then halfway up in the glare of the sunlight, you see a yellow crane with an American flag hanging down from it. That flag would be able to go fore and aft, or north and south, back and forth toward you. You'd be able to lift these big things up like Lego blocks to assemble a moon rocket and then later on to assemble a space shuttle. These 2 high bays on your left, the ones facing toward the launch pads or toward the beach, were used exclusively to assemble the space shuttles. There's one assembly bay in the far right corner, which I pointed out to you, where they would also use for the moon rocket, in addition to the 2 on the left. You see the yellow lines going out in front of you? The Space Shuttle orbiter would come from its hangar on top of a transporter. It was a 76-wheel Ferrari. It was the only Ferrari that had 76 wheels. And they would drive it inside the building here. The big orange tank would arrive about 2 months prior, coming through the big doors at the opposite end. Then the solid rocket boosters would come through this door behind you. They would come in segments. They would be transported by railroad car from Utah. What's kind of neat, look straight up above you, above your heads, there's a notch so the tail can get, the orbiter can get in here. So that had to be modified back in the 70s to get the Space Shuttle orbiter inside. And then the final thing I'll mention right here is that they used to tell visitors back in the old days that the sun would be shining outside and there'd be rainstorms inside this building. That was nothing more than tall stories.